Well, hello and welcome everyone to tonight's live. Hello, how are we all? When you jump in, please let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know. I'd love to know where you live and how you came across me. Let me know. Let me know. So tonight I want to just talk a little bit about, hi Mia, welcome back. Talk a little bit about, retirement. I'm a 67-year-old grandmother in Australia, and I really love to help other people find some hope in living well and financially secure in their retirement years. And for me, that's really, really important. So, being able to work with people to help them overcome objectives and things that aren't working for them, to put them through some sort of overcome all the fears and the objections that they have about retirement. Because for a lot of us, it's absolutely heart-wrenching to think that we haven't got enough for retirement. Hi Yasna, welcome back. Good to see you here. Hello. So let me know where you're tuning in from, where do you live, and let me know if you're over 50 and thinking about retirement yet. So if you're over 50, drop a 1 in the comments. And let me know whether or not you are, hey Ruth, welcome. Let me know whether or not you're looking at, finding a secure path for retirement. Because for me, it's super, super important. Yes, Ruth. Ruth is a friend of mine and she is on this journey with me. And I would be happy to invite her if she's still on a little bit later to have a chat and just share her journey a little bit with what she's going through as well. So, have you guys ever felt stressed about the thought of retirement? Let me know. Drop a 1 in if you have. I'd love to know. And thanks for the gifts. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Rose. Ruth for the rose. Gosh. Thank you so much. So, I guess I'm really lucky because I live in the northern rivers of New South Wales. And, Friday is a pretty full-on day for me in the sense that I have a lot of things to do outside of my work. And so I do spend a lot of time coming and going. And this morning I actually was on a call with somebody about going into being a guest on podcasts, up to 8 podcasts a month. So that was really exciting to get that point of view as well, which is really great. And, I've got, really excited about a few things around that as well. So for me, it was, getting the message out there to help more people so that they can feel relaxed about retiring. So let me know, if you do feel stressed about the thought of retiring, because if you're over 50, it's time now to really start thinking about it. So that's really super important that you do think about those things at this age, because in another 10 or 15 years, who knows where we're going to be at, right? So how many of you feel like retirement, if you have retired, isn't what you imagined it to be? Drop a 2 in the comments if it's not what you imagined it to be. Just let me know. So, because honestly, and to be honest, I was just like you guys, I didn't have enough savings. I was really worried about my future and my retirement and where I was going to go. And that was only 12 months ago. And, I was really tired of working for every single dollar that I was making. And that really brought up a lot of emotions for me because I didn't have enough savings to retire 12 months ago. And, it was very fearful because how are we ever going to survive? Hi, Tilly, welcome. How are we ever going to survive retirement, without having any retirement fund? So, that 12 months ago, that was really frightening for me. So I had to do something. I had to look for something that was going to help me to move through that period of my life and get back on track. And that's not always possible unless you've got an open mind, right? So tell me, does the idea of working for another 10 years or more just to survive stress you out? Like, drop a 1 in if it is. Just let me know, because that's really, it can be very stressful, and that leads to a whole lot of other things. Anxiety, depression, stress is a horrible emotion that you go through and you experience, and leads to so many other things. So, does it stress you out? Yes, Ruth, it does. It did for me too. And, have you ever wished that there might be just an easier way to secure your future without sacrificing more time? Because one thing we don't want to give up is our time, right? We don't want to lose more time. So if that's you, comment 1 below. Because it's exhausting. That was me. I was exhausted. I was overwhelmed. I was struggling financially, and honestly, I was scared because I'd worked my whole life, but the retirement fund had just gone because of inflation and rent increases and, petrol increases, and everything had just gone up so much, especially since COVID, right? So it just made it that much harder for everybody to really be able to be comfortable and hang on to their savings and hang on to, the money that they'd save for retirement. And, I knew that there had to be something else out there. Knew there had to be a better way. And, I just didn't know what it was yet. So I opened up my mind and I started looking for different things and to see whether or not, there was something out there that was going to help me, and that I didn't have to give up 15 hours a day to do it. I didn't want to have to go back to a job, that's for sure, because, at 67, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to go back and work in a job in the 9 to 5 and commute and, not like your job? Why would you want to do that? So, I had to find something else because I was really tired of worrying, and I was exhausted about worrying about retirement, waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning, worried sick, not knowing what was going on. So it wasn't just not enough savings, it was the superannuation fund was gone and there was really no savings left. So 30 years in retirement was not looking good. It didn't look good. It didn't feel good. It just made me feel ill when I thought about it, because I didn't know what we're going to do. I was really worried about the future. So have you been concerned about the future, and retirement? Drop a 1 in the comments if you've had that feeling, if you've been through that. Exchanging time for money, for the last 40 years or more, just, where does it go? But then guess what? I did discover something something that was a solution for a way to change it all. And it gave me hope that the future's going to be brighter now, you know. So the future was definitely looking much better. So you're not alone in feeling all these emotions about retirement, about not having enough money, about feeling like, you know, what are you going to do? How are you going to survive? And being, you know, stressed about it. You're not alone, because the good news is there is a way out. There is a way out, and it's called the Blueprint. And it's called the Blueprint Legacy Builder Program 2.0. So, you know, for me, this has made retiring so much brighter and financially secure. And it's absolutely easier than you think. So what I found was I discovered this blueprint, and then I don't know, Auntie, the way everything looking, I'd be working. Yeah, so are you over 50 right now, walking down to hell, TJ? Are you over 50? Like, is retirement a concern for you? You know, is retirement a real worry for you right now? So, you know, but this blueprint, it actually allows me to work 2 hours a day. And this is why today I said I was allowed to, or I was able to come and go as I please, because I just don't have the restrictions of working in a job or answering to anybody else. It's me. I can do my 2 hours. I can work my 2 hours around any part of the day that works for me. So that's what works. And it's an online business that runs 24/7. So you don't have to work those big hours. It's all automated. You're not trading time. I don't bring people on to join that I don't know on my lives, because I'm here to pass a message on. And, you know, if you were in my blueprint with me and I knew you, then I would consider that. Like, I do have somebody here that I do like to bring on. But hi, Lauren, welcome. So, yeah, it's like, you know, when something works for you 24/7, it means that you can just do your 2 hours and work the rest of the day how you want. And it is automated so that you don't have to follow up. It's rejection free. You don't have to annoy family and friends to do this. Hey, Sydney, welcome. And there's no ongoing fees. You make a one-time payment with no complicated tech, just a proven system that works. And it works because all people do, and I'll show you in a moment, is pop their email address in and everything else works for you from there. So now I no longer have the stress around money. I can finally enjoy life knowing my income is working for me. And the most important thing is I get to help other people have the same freedom. I get to help other people, you know, have hope that there is a better life and a better retirement future for them. And that's what's important. You know, it's because I get to help other people, you know, to retire with confidence and without fear, and create that legacy that I'm sure 99% of people want to leave a legacy, but they don't know how to start. And if they do know how to start, they just can't be bothered doing it. So there's about 3% that just are not included. But what if you could help your family to live a financially secure life for the rest of their life? Wouldn't it be nice to be able to help them? Hey, Jet, welcome. Wouldn't that just be amazing to be able to do that? So I'm just going to, Ruth, are you still here? Just let me know if you're still here, because I might just get you to jump on for 5 minutes and share your story, because, you know, Ruth is part of this blueprint, and, you know, she had so much going on in her life. Perfect. Okay, let me go back to you, wherever you are. There you go. When invitation on. So here she comes. So Ruth's a very good friend of mine. I've known Ruth for a number of years, and we've collaborated in several ways. So Ruth, just tell us a little bit about your journey since the blueprint came into your life. Like, what were you doing before?
Hey, Donna, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello.
Hello. Oh, my goodness, it's working. The last time we tried,
You don't
we
need
couldn't
text.
get the camera to work, right? Do you remember? Um, Thank you for inviting me on. You're doing a great job, by the way. So, um, where do I start? It's such a, I've had such a big journey, but I've just turned 60, right? And about a year ago, more than a year ago now, I was struggling and juggling as, being part of the sandwich generation. If you know what the sandwich generation is, if you don't know, it's those people that are in their 40s, 50s and above, where you still have maybe kids at home, and you also, can you see me?
I can see you down the bottom corner of my screen, but I think you've got no camera,
Okay, all right, okay.
which is
It's when
fine.
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, looking after, not directly looking after adult kids anymore because they're pretty self-sufficient these days,
Yeah.
but also looking after an elderly parent. I used to look after both parents and now just one. So you kind of you're struggling and juggling, being busy, and you're still young enough to work, and you want to create an amazing future for yourself, not working too hard, but also making an income. And that's exactly where I was, having a business of my own, but also having to supplement that and also looking after my elderly mum. And
Yeah.
that was really, it was worrying for me. And I was concerned about how I'm going to fund my future when I do retire. And here in Australia, it's 67. So like a lot of people, I probably would have had to continue working, which I think at this stage I will, because I enjoy working and I enjoy this business. But when I found the Legacy Builders program through Donna, through you, and you know the journey, I didn't really want to join because I thought, oh, I'll just hone down on what I have and build that. But when I discovered the blueprint, the Legacy Builders program, it was just, it was amazing because I only needed to work 2 hours a day on income producing activities. The fact that I just needed that amount and then still have time to do the things that I love doing and to do the things that I need to do with my mum, because her needs are becoming more, doctor's appointments and all that kind of thing. So I know that having to work 2 hours a day around her needs, and also looking after myself, and plus the fact that the business is automated, with the website, and I don't need to ask family or friends.
Mm.
And
Such a
it's
relief after all the
yeah. Oh
marketing
my goodness,
that you've done.
I've been in my coaching business. The structure was, or the my coach suggested, oh, get onto phone calls, ring your ex clients, your friends, your whatever, and see if they need coaching. And I never used to like that.
Yeah.
And with this, it's just so amazing because I don't need to, and just being going on TikTok and all the other things that you do with the blueprint, it's been really great for me.
Mm. So, what was the biggest thing that caught your attention? Because, you know, like you said, sort of put it on the back burner and said, "Well, I'm about to go away for a few weeks, and
Mm.
I don't really have time to look at it before I go." And when and then when you came back, I sort of said, I just touched base with you, even though you don't have to do family and friends.
Yeah.
I knew Ruth was looking for something as far as income streams go. And so I just touched base with her and I said, oh, welcome back. When you get a chance, just have a look at it. If it's for you, that's okay. If it's not, then don't worry. And so I really, there was no pressure for her to join at all.
None at all.
And and then next minute, Ruth, it was a few weeks later, once you got back and you settled in and, back into your routine, and you messaged me and said, hey, I want to do this. Like, let's get started. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, so what was it? What was the two top things that actually, caught your eye and where you went, oh, that's exactly what I need?
Yeah. So definitely the 2 hour working day, because that will just free up my time. And then having the option of having multiple income streams without having to do much. Not, you still have to put effort in, of course, for anything to work. And the 100% profit. So the 100% profit that I didn't have to worry about, just getting 25% off, whatever commission or whatever you call it, that was really good. And not having to ask family or friends, because it just wasn't my jam.
Yeah.
Having to show them something and then worry about whether they get back to me and whatever. And I've had people that I know reach out to me and wanting to know more, and then I just send them my Capture Page website, and I don't follow up. And if they have any questions, they can email me or send me a message or something. I just send them there, and that's really the good thing, because I go about doing my own thing now, and I just do my 2 hour workday and know that I'm putting the effort in, and also upskilling myself, growing with the community as well.
Yes.
It's really brilliant. So many good things, I feel. Yeah, and you bringing me on this call now is not. It's not about getting the people or trying to sell it to the people. If there is someone who needs something, who is struggling financially, or is wanting to make a change with retirement or whatever it is, ditch the job, get out of debt and whatever, they'll go to your link. We don't have to sell for them.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's passing on information so that people can choose what they want to do with it.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no pressure. I do have a link in my bio above, so please, if you are interested, you can drop Blueprint in the comments, and you can copy and paste the link in my bio, and then it's up to you. You will get the emails. If you've got any questions, you can then reply to me, and I'll answer. I'll answer any questions for you, and then it's entirely up to you. Like, there's no pressure to do anything one way or another. But I do know a one payment, for 4 income streams, and the mentoring and the learning that we get from this program is really second to none. Like, we've been a lot of things together. Like you said, there was always pressure to go and ring your friends and your family and tell them you want them in your coaching programs. Well, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Whatever.
Yeah. And
I'm
that's the other thing.
Sorry.
What you just said now, there's no monthly fees or anything that you need to consistently pay. It's just that one-off fee and the website fee, and that's it. And you don't have to worry about anything else. If you want to upgrade, of course, to do other things, you can, but there's no pressure. You can run your business with no fees.
Exactly.
No ad spend or anything.
No, like, you get to learn, if you don't have a following, you get to learn how to attract, do attraction marketing so that you get the followers of your ideal customer. You learn how to market the program. You learn how to, master your message. I mean, that is such an important thing that people so often get wrong. And then you get to learn skills, to grow. Like, we're all here to learn and grow. And as a community, the community's there 24/7 supporting you. So you're never on your own. And that was a really important thing for me as well, because often you're in communities where the person that runs that community is the only person that's got access to comment. And so sometimes you're waiting days, and you don't always have days to wait. You want to know something so you can pass that on to somebody that, might be asking a question. So you don't have to stay stuck in this space of fear of retirement. It's absolutely here if you want it. I am here to help and support you along the way. And that's really important for me, because I've been in many things where I've just been stuck and left on my own, and that's not a nice feeling. So that will never ever happen either. Hey Max, welcome. So that's something that is just not something that you'll ever have to deal with. You'll never have to deal with being alone or feeling unsupported. So I think that if you're interested, if you think that this has piqued an interest in you, then definitely comment Blueprint or go to the website link up the top and copy that and paste it into your browser, and it will take you to a page to drop your email in. Now, that email will just allow you to reply to me if you've got any questions, which is basically what we want to be doing. So, I want to answer your questions. I want you to feel comfortable without having any pressure, and it's not about pressure. So, Ruth, do you have anything last minute things to comment on?
No, it's I think it's just asking people to have a think about what they envision their future to be like. How and I know people are making comments here about granny and stuff like that, but just have a think about your life, and that in about, I don't know how old you guys are, 20, 30 years on, you might be in a similar position. We're all getting older, and just to be proactive about what it is that you want your life to be looking at like now already, and not having to wake up in their 50s, 40s, or 40s and say, oh my gosh, my pension is coming up. I don't have enough super if you're in Australia, or if enough funds to see you through till you're 100 or whatever, because people are living longer these days.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. And you know what? The other thing is, if you're only in your 30s or 40s now, you'll probably need to be 77 before you get the pension.
I know, the pension.
Or it probably won't even exist, because that's
Exactly.
possible as well. So what are you going to do when you've got nothing to fall back on? That's my question. Yeah, you can't live on fresh air. It just doesn't work. There's so many people that we see homeless walking past here. We know in Canada that over 50% of people in the British Columbia that are retired are homeless because they cannot afford the rents. This is a real situation. This is a real detriment to people heading for retirement. It's not just hearsay. It's not just our words. It's out there. The stats are there. All you have to do is, research, and it's all there.
Definitely. Hey, Donna, I've got to go because I've got to get ready, my mum's dinner ready. So I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Yes, thank you so much for dropping past. I will see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye. And thanks everyone for being here. I really appreciate you stopping by. And, like I said, there's a link in my bio, so just click on that and feel free to drop your email in. and then ask me any questions. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you everyone for being here. Have an absolutely amazing rest of your day, rest of your night, wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye.